Right, so I want to give you a little video of Miss Rika, just kind of ins and outs as you guys are getting prepared to bring her back home. So the first week is going to be the most strict when bringing a new dog back into the environment. So not that she's a new dog, but she has these new skills that I want you guys to be practicing with her so that she can implement that in the relationship that you guys have. She has a relationship with you, but it's not based in a lot of this obedience yet and structure yet, although she has the skills to do so. She also has old habits in the house, and so I want to set you guys up for success. So even though we've been doing totally off leash this last week, in the house, out of the house, in public settings, at parks, those kinds of things, I want to make sure that you guys are set up for success where if she is confused and doesn't quite cue into your body language and the way that you say things, that you have a second source of information, which is going to be the leash. And then as she's getting used to you guys implementing the obedience, then very quickly we can move away from the leash. And so that's where the follow-ups are going to come in. As I bring her home, I'm going to give you lots of information and have you guys work with her and have you start to work with the e-collar. But we'll have you guys do the leash the first week, and then after that, we can do some more off-leash stuff. But I just want to show you some things that I practice with her. So if we're about to go for a walk, most of the time I'll leash dogs because of leash laws, but I also want to make sure that she can handle off-leash stuff in my yard. So what I'll say is I'll say, Rika, wait, and I'll cue her up where she needs to SIT right there at the door. And I should be able to open up this door and she's not bolting out. Free. Good. So I give her my command, which is free, which just allows her to go through the threshold. She's not in a command anymore. Ideally, I don't want dogs to just bolt off. So if she were to say, okay, bye, freedom, and then go out the door, then I would maybe give her a with me or a come, here command where she's supposed to come when called. So the next thing I'm going to say is with me, which is her command to walk next to me on the left-hand side. It's really important that we keep it to one side. Most dog trainers, it's on the left. That's pretty typical. And placement-wise, I don't want her to go past my stride. We worked on this a little bit at Cabela's, but if I turn left into her, she needs to cater to my space. Now, we all walk a little bit differently, so we have different strides, different lengths of our legs, and different ways that our body language communicates to the dog. So we want to make sure that the dog is catering to our space here. Now if I stop, she needs to SIT, and so I gave her a little tap on the e-collar because it's implied that she needs to do so. So if I say with me, good girl, she needs to cater to me and where I'm at. And so we're just working in the driveway. Now, if we were to go for a walk, I do leash her mainly for safety and laws, but she does have the ability to walk off leash with me. Good girl. Good job. Okay, now I want to ask for her to lay all the way down, which is just going to be, when I cue her, I'm going to say, Rika, down. And I want her body to fully go to the ground here. Good. Now I should be able to walk away. So notice I'm not saying down and then stay. I'm saying down and then implying that the stay happens. So I'm insisting on permanence, whether I have some distance between us, whether there's distractions, or if I'm asking for what we would say duration, so her ability to hold this for a long period of time. The short way to remember it is we call it the 3Ds, distance, duration, and distractions. Dogs should be able to hold this command under those three things. Then from here, I could either give her the release command or I could go right back into my heel, which is going to be my with me. So if I say, Rika, with me, good. Now we're carrying on. I could have also told her FREE, which would allow for freedom, and she can just go and be a dog. So whereas I'm kind of in this working mode right now, I'm just going to have her go into a with me. Good job, girl. Then when I stop, same thing. When I gather my feet, she needs to SIT right next to me. With me. Good girl. I'll go into the grass and do another DWN. Rika, down. Good. So she's a dog that's been very dependent on body language. And so this off-leash obedience has really solidified some things to her. And that's where the e-collar communication is really important. So when she feels the e-collar stimulation paired with what I'm asking, or in this case, it was the down, she's understanding, okay, I need to plant my whole body here. But sometimes if we are not giving those communications with e-collar and I just move my feet away and I don't have a way to follow through, she's cueing up to what our body language is saying. So this is where advanced training comes into play, is dogs are body language dependent. And so we're asking her to lay down despite what my body language is doing. And so we use body language help as we're training dogs initially, but very quickly we want to start to strip that away from the dog, where they're being really dependent on what our word is saying. And then when they feel the e-collar, they have this psychological pairing of every single time you said down with the e-collar, this is what my body is supposed to do. And so it can help the dog not pick up on our cues that maybe we're not even aware of. So Rika, free. Good girl. Good job. With me. Good job. Do it again, down. Good. So another thing I'm gonna do is the here. So this is gonna be our recall. Rika, here. And she needs to come in front. Good. Now if she gets a little bit behind me, I'm gonna start making her come in front of me. Here. Good. Good. Free. That was good. Good girl. Let's try that again. I wanna make sure that she comes in front. She came when she was called, and that's great, but I want to make sure that if she makes a mistake like that, we fix it. So it wasn't all bad, but we just want to make sure that we're really have some clean obedience here. Down. Good job. Rika, here. Good, so much better. Yes, good job. So if I say YES, she can have some food. And anytime I say YES, it means two things: that she gets to get out of a position, but also a reward is coming. So that way she knows, okay, not only do I have freedom, but I get something good as payment. Whereas FREE is just, okay, you're done. Go be a dog. Good job. Free. Good girl. And she is a little Velcro puppy, so she does naturally follow me, but she doesn't have to if I'm giving her the free command. Now for here, same thing. I can say, Rika, wait. And I want her to SIT, so I'm going to give her a tap on the e-collar and tell her again, Rika, wait. So that should be implied. There we go. Free. And then she can come in. Let's go. Good girl. Yeah. Now if I tell her place, Rika, place, there's going to be an implied down with that. Now if she doesn't down, I'm going to keep tapping on the e-collar until she does. And she should be able to hold this with the doorbell, with me going out of sight.
Someone's at the front door.
Me in the kitchen. Doing some laundry, maybe using the restroom, whatever the case may be, other dog wandering around. Now I have strict rules with dogs on place because I'm requiring so much from them. I require them that they stay there despite all of these things occurring, but I also require dogs to not go up to other dogs on place. So that's a must, that if Pepper's like bugging Rika on the place, but that's not fair. And also people. So my kids are not allowed to touch a dog when they're on place. When people come through the house and a dog is on place, they must ignore the dog, because I'm requiring this dog to have so much impulse control in order to complete this process. I will also require other people and animals around the dog to do the same as a level of respect to the dog. So that's going to be really important going forward, especially when we start training with Pepper. that she leaves Rika alone when we ask Rika to go to her spot. So Rika free, good girl. Yeah, so really good things. We're excited to show you in person. She's doing great.